start. Begin.
Hey Steve, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How's yourself? You good?
You know, another day, man.
Oh, it's good.
So Nerlens was super high on just being able to work on. Well, okay, let me rephrase it.
Wow, this guy.
He was super
Coming in
high on
hot.
working with you. He was super high on working with you, like super excited to see what you guys can do together this season. When you found out that the organization was bringing Nerlens in, were there things about his game that you immediately were like, oh man, this will be really cool. We can sharpen each other, fill some holes, that kind of thing?
No, not too much of that. Honestly, it was just more like that we brought him on. It was just familiar face, someone from a draft. You know what I mean? It was one of those weird moments where you're like, it's weird to see where people end up, you know, sort of thing. So like, it was just cool to have another familiar face from the draft, honestly. But playing with him, man, yeah. I mean, he's a good dude, man. Great character in the locker room, and yeah, everything else, man, it'll take care of itself. You know what I mean? Just the fact that he's a good lad, you know. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Eric Horn, the Oklahoman. Stephen, just from the small amount of time that you've...
Sneaky, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm on the front row, not that sneaky.
Yeah, it's weird. I never looked down there. Go.
Okay. Short amount of time you've had to spend with Dennis. I don't know if you even had any time with him on the court.
But with Shroud, Dennis?
Yeah, with Dennis.
Yeah.
What have you seen from his game in terms of the pick and roll, being able to screen for him, and how do you see meshing his game with Russell's as well, and those guys potentially playing together?
Meshing it together?
Yeah,
how's it gonna?
Their games meshing together when they play together.
Yeah, I mean, Shroud is. I mean, he's a very quick guard. Again, another familiar face. I worked out with him in some of my pre-draft workouts, which is cool. But like, yeah, so his ability just to read the different screens and, well, not just read them, but like set up his man, if that makes sense. In order for screening, it's a big difference that I notice in guards that know how to use pick and rolls and stuff like that. He does. He knows how to use that, and his tempo off that, his pace off that is it's very clean. Again, this is just from summer. Can't really base anything really off that, like too much solid stuff from that, you know, because it's still pick up basketball, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, he should be fine, mate. He'll be right. Yeah.
Another weird, well, this isn't weird, but another kind of technical question. I think
self-awareness is good.
The NBA implemented some new rules this summer. The Board of Governors voted on some new rules, and one of them pertains to the shot clock resetting to 14 after an offensive rebound. And I just wanted to ask you, just being such a great offensive rebounder as you are, you know, how do you think that affects what you do and what the offense will do when the shot clock resets to 14 as opposed to 24?
No, it won't affect it too much, mate, honestly. Like, because if unless you're running out the clock, like the whole 24 seconds, which I don't think most teams do. Most of the shots there, they're quick kick-out shots because, you know, offensive rebound, most of the defense, they're quite scrambled. So usually you get a quick shot, usually off rebounds, offensive rebounds. But then again, like, you know, you have plenty of time to still run your offense if you can get into it fast enough, obviously. You still have time to run that. So, I mean, I don't see it affecting too much. I'm guessing you're meaning like, are people just going to try and go back up with it straight away? Is that what you're kind of asking, or no?
I didn't really have an intention. I just wanted to just ask because you.
But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it, bro. It's just like it won't affect much. 14 seconds is plenty of time to still kind of get into a decent set. Probably max 2 screens. Yeah, if you're fast, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you'll be fine.
Stephen, as kind of a power-type player, how have you adjusted your game over the last couple of years as the center position has become a little bit more perimeter-oriented?
What have I done to what, sorry, mate?
Just how to keep up with that aspect of things. I mean, the center position, you got guys shooting threes, running the floor more than they did maybe when you first started.
Yeah. Mate, I'm a bit stupid. How have I developed a... Oh, adjusted. I mean, the main thing was just, you know, just changing foot position and kind of habits coming off the pick and roll defense. Other than that, mate, yeah, it's just all the same stuff. Because that's where probably all of them really, they get their shots off just pick and rolls, pick and pops, stuff like that. So, you know, I guess it was just, that was the biggest adjustment, was just treating them mostly like Dirk. Like Dirk, for instance, like you'd 100% would never take a step back because he'll launch it, right? It's always towards him on the perimeter. Yeah, painting quite a picture here for you, mate. But yes, that's the biggest adjustment I made over the last years.
Dean Blevins, News 9 Sports. I don't know if you've been around enough of the team enough to have a feel or a vibe. Have you been around them enough, and is this vibe different than other teams that you've been on here in Oklahoma City?
So just to catch a vibe from them?
Well, just the feeling of the team. I mean, the positive feeling or whatever the feeling is. What are you sensing, the mood of this bunch? It's a different crew.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a different crew, but one of the main things is that the culture that the organization has built, it's, you have your front runners, obviously Russ, for instance, like leading us, like it's, you come in excited always, whatever the season is, whoever you have, because you just can't ignore it, like you can't just be kind of like, whatever, especially in this organization, because everything's done so well. So, yeah, it's just one of those things, mate. It's always been that vibe from last year before, since my rookie season. It's always been that. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're really consistent around here, mate. It's always good.
Stephen, you kind of hinted at it, but right.
Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry, mate. Yeah,
Oh,
there you
dude,
go.
it's all right. You don't know me. It's all right. So you kind of hinted at it. Are we? You mentioned that you're kind of working on a 3-point shot. Are we going to see you shoot the 3-ball this season?
Shoot a 3?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
What?
No.
Well,
Absolutely not.
Man, I was
Maybe. No, just maybe. Pre-season?
maybe try it. I don't know.
No, I got to see, mate, because, I don't want to lose my job. It's tough.
Yeah, Stephen, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. You've got one of the NBA's more unique personalities. My question is,
Way to sugarcoat that one, mate. Cheers.
my question is,
What a guy.
is this the persona the public sees and the media sees? Is that your personality in private, in the locker room, and in your private life also?
I don't know, probably not. I'm quite an awkward guy. This is just, it's a weird situation, especially to ask someone if it's like a personal, that how they personally act when they're up on stage. It's a different sort of thing. Like if me and you go have a beer, mate, it'll be a different interaction just because of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sure, I'm just an awkward guy, mate. Let's just leave it at that, yeah?
How much of your uniqueness among NBA personalities,
How many of what?
how much of your uniqueness
Yeah.
among personalities compared to other NBA players is just because of that personality, or how much of it is just being a New Zealander? I mean, are you a typical New Zealander personality-wise?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, just normal Kiwi guy, I think, mate. Some of the stuff that you guys laugh at, like, they won't laugh at it there. It's just different, mate. Yeah, different cultures, mate. So, yeah, you could just say, I'm a Kiwi guy. Awkward Kiwi guy, mate. Keep it simple.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
So you opened yourself up a little bit this summer when you did your autobiography,
Yeah.
and in that book you had some insider information that probably many do not know about in normal terms of media. And so how has that reaction been to your autobiography and some of the things that were said in it?
Just reaction from
Yeah,
people,
just
general
media
public?
or
Yeah,
just
I
general
mean,
public.
Yeah, it's been good. Get a really good response from it. Because it's a well-written book. Madeline did an amazing job. Another Kiwi girl, the one that Ghost wrote it for me. Yeah, she's did an amazing job making the book. So yeah, it's a pretty good read, mate. Pretty good read.
Stephen, last season y'all bring in Carmelo a couple days before camp. I guess y'all Billy had the plan to start Patrick Patterson at power forward. What do you see being the difference in having a guy like Patrick or Jeremy at power forward starting alongside you as opposed to a guy like Carmelo?
I mean, it's just different, mate. It's just different. They all bring their own whatever to that lineup. You know what I mean? Again, this is just one of those, whatever the strategy is that coach has, and whatever role or whatever it is that he sees fit for the strategy, then that's what needs to go into it, and that's what needs to happen. So it ain't like, I don't know. It's a weird comparison. You can't really compare it. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just like if they play small, like when I'm out. You know what I mean? Again, it's just a different dynamic. And not saying that any of them is better than the other. It's just that a team might struggle with small ball a lot more than, say, maybe playing big. You know, just whatever fits that scenario or whatever fits that game. Whatever. Did that answer your question, mate? I'm not sure.
Somewhat.
Huh? It didn't.
You typically get around to it.
I did.
You typically get there.
What is it?
I actually about oh,
Get him out of here. What is he doing? Oh, wanker. Go watch a movie.
what have you thought about what you've seen from Andre, and just personally as a friend of his? What have you thought about being able to see him kind of get back on the court and get back to, getting back to where he was before?
Oh, what have I seen from him?
Yeah, what have you seen from him? And as a friend personally, what have you thought about him being able to get back onto the court?
I mean, yeah, as a friend, obviously I want to see him on the floor, hands down. That's given. But like I don't know too much about his progress, but he has been doing everything that he can. You know what I mean? Because dude loves the sport, man, and he loves what he does. You know what I mean? So he's doing everything he can in terms of rehab, staying pretty much whole summer here in Oklahoma. Just making sure that he, locks down on it. He's a good dude, man. He'll do everything he can. Yeah, that's all I've seen from him, honestly.
Stephen, a question was posed to Russ earlier about how being a father kind of changes things. You've been around him for a few years now. Have you noticed any differences in Russ as he gets older and becomes a father?
Nah, not really. I think when anyone says that, it's more internal, and I don't think anyone else really picks up on any of that. It's more just kind of, because you have a kid, so then it's just like a mirror, really, isn't it? Yeah, I am not a parent. I don't know, but that's what it seems like, it's just a mirror, so I think it's more his own kind of evaluation on himself. Yeah, none of us will see it, though, which is fair. Something for yourself, I guess. Anyway. Thank you.